Let's go. All right. We are live with Bad Optics. Tonight I have a dude who's definitely not a mad scientist and a dude who is definitely a barbarian. You guys want to introduce yourselves, starting with Beardbarian?
Is that a hip hop, the hippie to the hip hop, and don't stop the rocket to the bang bang boogie, sit up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie, the beat. Now, what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat, and me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet. Oh, fuck, I don't know. Hello, what up?
Hi. Uh, Arcater?
I'm Director Arcta, formerly and future of Arcta Labs. Greetings, and no, I'm not mad yet.
Oh, nice. Well, today is just going to be a simple piss and vinegar stream on account of I got distracted by YouTube drama and watched that the entire time and didn't actually do my homework. So I came up with a couple of topics to bitch about, and these guys brought some topics to bitch about. We're going to bitch about stuff. Who wants to
Wait, I
start?
wasn't supposed to actually bring a bottle of piss and a bottle of vinegar?
No, and you weren't supposed to make vinegar out of the piss either.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
How did you have enough
I'm doing
time to
this
do
all
that?
It's not important.
Wait, no, is this something that you had pre-prepared?
That is not important.
You had that shit lying around, didn't you, you weirdo?
I'm not sure what interdimensional raiders drink often enough, but I wouldn't be surprised if it comes out vinegar.
No, it's just you clean the weapons with it and you pour it on the pits so that it attracts flies and disease and stuff.
Hmm.
Mm.
And I believe it's useful in tanning as well.
Oh yeah, all sorts of like stuff you don't want is useful in tanning.
Oh, I just use the brains of the animal.
Like piss helps.
Yeah, I can just mash the brain, and it's enough to cover the whole hide and to treat it all, and then it's good. And then I'm just going at it with mink oil afterwards.
Okay, Brian is asking, I'll shit in a bottle for subs. Who wants to see that? No one wants to see that. Literally no one wants to see that, Brian.
No, however, if you take a bottle full of some shit called tequila and you drink it all while trying to bake a cake, I'd watch that.
Me too.
Hmm.
Tequila coffee cake. That's what it should be. Tequila coffee cake.
Except
Like a delicious coffee cake.
Yeah, there's no tequila actually in the cake. He just drinks the bottle.
Yeah, while making a coffee cake. It'll be great.
Yes.
Like, do it as a live stream. Don't just, like, you gotta set up the camera and everything in the kitchen and get all of your ingredients ready beforehand, like, at least the measurements, and then just go to town. It'd be great.
No, you gotta watch
By the time they're halfway through the bottle, there might be tequila in the cake.
Maybe.
And on the floor.
It'll be worth it, though.
And down the front of his apron. And a little on
From the
counter
windows
there.
to the walls to the sweat drip from my balls. Oh, skeet, 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 motherfucker. Oh, skeet, skeet. Goddamn.
Let's
Sure to make good TV.
Let's start complaining about stuff. Who wants to start?
Oh dear. Well, let's see. We've got so many topics. It's been a bountiful week, well, past several weeks for things to bitch and moan about. There's China leading the charge on creating a new, more terrifying corporate dystopia with their Sesame program. There's the hiring of Roxa the Clown to speak at Michelle Obama's library.
That one.
Oh, very good.
That one.
Bearbarian has this one figured out.
What?
So.
Oh, no, that's just really simple. That doesn't that's not even entertaining. If you put the children in front of a lion that's gonna rip the head off of a small child, like not the child watching, but another child, and they watch the lion rip the head off the child, and they'll be like, oh my god, and they'll be terrified of lions, but they won't be. They'll become accustomed to violence. It's just like showing small children to the most hideous of demonic monsters of drag queens. They'll be terrified of that one, and they'll go, oh my god, demon queens, ah! But they won't be afraid of like less terrifying trannies or drag queens in the future. They'll be like, oh, that's just a lady with a penis. That's nothing. Whatever. It doesn't have demon horns. It's not going to rip the head off of a child. We're good.
It's just student
I'll
address.
be honest, I feel
good.
ashamed I didn't think of that.
I'm a little ashamed that they haven't given me a job yet, so that kids can learn that being a barbarian is cool too, and that just because I kill small animals and rape my enemies and leave their children carrying my seed and bloodline for the rest of their lives, doesn't mean that I'm a bad guy and they shouldn't be afraid of me. Or people that kill people, it's okay. And so I figure if I start reading books to them, I won't have any deal. I'll even wash the blood off. It'll be nice. It might be for the best.
That makes sense now. This way they won't panic when the Hellgate opens.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, they'll actually be prepared. It's actually useful. This is a good thing. No, but for real, why do they insist? Like, I am actually kind of okay with drag queens doing the whole reading to kids thing, as long as it's like a non-threatening drag queen.
Thorn, can you do me a quick favor here?
Yeah.
Can you put the electric nuke in a timeout for spreading slanderous filth about me?
I don't put people in timeout.
Yep, but he's spreading lies. You see that right there? He says, yeah, Beardy is a really nice guy. That is some bullshit, and that cannot be fucking tolerated. I just need you to cut him for me. Just for 300 seconds.
He gets one warning, and then I boop him.
Fuck
okay,
you,
now
buddy.
I boop him. Anyway, like I was saying, it's like cool because some of the drag queens, they kind of dress up like fun characters for the kids and read normal fucking books like the Hungry Hungry Caterpillar, and I'm okay with that. It's kind of like a clown reading to the kids. Whatever, cool. But then they bring that mutant thing with 7 horns. Like, no, we're gonna give you nightmares. Fuck. I don't know.
Wait a minute. Is this really any worse than Goosebumps or Are You Afraid of the Dark or any of those terrible horror television shows made for children during our youth?
I'm going to say yes, because none of those things could reach you on the screen.
True. And also,
yeah, and like somebody's going to go ahead and let a drag queen reach and dress like a demon touch children in a public setting anyways.
I would hope not, but still, I think there's a small difference between seeing something on the screen and it's TV. Even as a child, I believe most children know that much, and knowing that there is something that looks like it out there, and it knows where you go to school.
Right? Yeah, that's a little different. Plus, library story time is generally aimed at a lower demographic of age than Goosebumps and Are You. It's generally for older kids. It was on later in the day.
Yeah, but who the fuck goes by the age limit rules?
Oh, no, I'm just going by who they're aiming it at, not by
the fact I'm just saying
kids never fucking listen.
Even then, a child that young is competent enough to recognize a costume.
Yeah.
And this is the sad thing about them taking someone this extravagant and putting them in front of a bunch of children and saying, this is real. There are a bunch of children going, that's a costume. And they are going to think less of this person and of the people trying to push otherwise, because that is a person in a costume. And they might play along, but it's going to put a seed of resentment and doubt in them. Because just like when they watch a movie and they know that's just a movie, or when they watch a puppet show and they know that's just a puppet, they know what a person in a costume is. At least I fucking hope so.
Children's innate hatred of anyone in a mascot costume. Don't ask me how I know.
It's the exact same thing, but it's freakier looking.
It's also logical and saying trannies that are reading to them, not trannies. Drag queen and transgender is not the same thing. That is literally just a dude in a dress.
I have to be open to all potential possibilities. I know nothing about the details of this story aside from the picture. I haven't investigated more.
I wound up investigating quite a bit because I thought for certain that was fraudulent. That this surely did not happen. And the fact that it happened in the Michelle Obama Library, I thought, oh, well, this is something that one of the more disreputable far-right rags invented. But no, it panned out. And I'm still not quite at peace with that.
Oh, they're doing it in New York too. Yeah, it's a totally different program, totally different drag queen. This has been going on for a bit.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm not totally against it, but I'm also not totally okay with they're like reading SJW um, kind of trash to the kids instead of normal books like Hungry Hungry Caterpillar and
So
stuff
I
like that.
noticed.
Fuck
Dr.
you, Oda.
Seuss.
Fuck you in the ass, Oda. And not with any lube either. I see you. I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna come to your house and I'm gonna fuck you with the piece of flesh I rip off of your grandmother's face and wrap around my dick.
That's not effective contraception at all.
I think it's time to move on to the next subject. I'll pick the next one.
Very good.
Cool. I really hate it when people just like fucking go off and buy a pet for someone for the holidays or some shit without asking them. Because
That
this
still
happened
happens?
to me. Oh yeah, it happened to me when I lived in Florida. My friend's like, "Oh hey, you guys don't have a pet. You guys could use a pet. Here's a kitten. I don't even like cats."
I love free pussy. It's great.
No, no.
Yeah.
She was very cute, and I'm just like, okay, maybe I can make peace with the fact that I have an animal that shits in my house, and then I have to scoop the shit up off of and climbs up my curtains and all this shit. And I'm just like, after a while, I'm just like, I can't keep this kitten. This kitten is going to be the end of me because I didn't realize how much they climb on everything. They get everywhere.
Yeah.
It's
you
awful.
gotta build them like ramps and runs and stuff.
Oh no, she just like figured out how to get up places. It was crazy. I think she was like a gifted kitty. And
So you need
finally,
like a large hamster track.
right? Yeah,
Basically.
like a house hamster track. And then finally, like one of my neighbors is like, "Oh, your kitty's so cute." After she got out of the house for the 15th fucking time, that I'm chasing her, she's like, "Oh, she's so cute. You know, my cat just died." I'm just like, "You want a cat? Fucking take it. I don't want it anymore." But you shouldn't buy somebody a pet unless they've talked to you about it, and y'all were planning on getting one anyway. If I didn't want the cat, why did I accept it? Because she's a really good friend of mine, and I was
That's
scared
when
she
the
was gonna
kitten
take
is
it.
cute.
It was cute, and I was scared she was gonna take it to the animal shelter if I said no.
Yeah, it's not quite so easy to look at a kitten and say no.
Right?
Just say yes to the deep fryer.
I don't want. Have you ever
Roll
seen a
that
kitten?
kitty in some batter after you give it a good smack over the head with a cast iron frying pan and deep fry it and then roll it in some teriyaki sauce and it's great.
It could be great, and you never know until you try.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because they're all like fur and bones. There's really
Well, you
nothing
hit them
to
with a
'em.
blowtorch first, or you stick a spike in their butthole and stick them in the fire for a moment. It just burns all off. It's not a problem.
I accept the responsibility. Logical. You're gonna say no to a kitty. Like I'm not. I'm kind of a bleeding heart for animals, and I'm just like, well, maybe I can fucking get used to the cat. At least I found it a new home. Jesus, not a total monster.
I would have eaten it.
You would have eaten it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I am a total monster.
So basically, convince all your cute-obsessed friends that you might eat any pets they give you, and they'll probably stop trying to foist them off on you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just,
I mean, I actually.
presents that meet they can identify one time. Hello, friends. This is definitely not Cat. You can probably get
Both
some
loves all the pussy.
chicken
I
wings.
get it.
I do. I do love Pushy. Just not like not when you just like put one on my kitchen counter and
What?
say, "Hey, this
Well,
is your
then
cat
I'm not
now."
giving you anything for Christmas or birthdays or anything ever again. That's it. We're done. If I can't just drop bitches off on your counter, we're not going to keep doing this.
Beardy, you got a subject?
Oh yeah, I do. I got stuff. What do I got here? Oh yeah, you guys can give me a hand. I'm trying to figure out what I should dress up as for Halloween. And I know this isn't really like a bitching thing. It's more so that I can't fucking figure it out because both ideas are fucking hilarious. I'm trying to figure out if I should go as Harry Potter or an elven maiden.
If you go as Harry Potter, you might be executed by the cult of Harry Potter. They're getting kind of scary these days.
Oh, it's okay. I'm gonna be on camera the whole time while wearing the costume. live streaming giving candy to children.
No, well, it should be safe enough.
So I'll be fine. At least if I get assaulted by the Harry Potter cult, it'll be on film.
Yeah, the only reason I wouldn't go with Elven Maiden is simply because, like, in not scaring the children and actually increasing the chances that the parents will actually let them be on the camera.
Oh, but it's a beautiful green dress. It's got lace and shit.
Nuke's now saying you're cute.
Well, fuck you, Nuke. It's awkward. Stop saying that.
You made shit weird, Nuke. Good job.
Yeah, the idea of me in a dress wasn't awkward, but you just made it awkward. Now I'm gonna have to do Harry Potter, and that just like
James Maxwell has a good suggestion. You should do Moana.
I don't know what a Moana is.
Oh, it's one of the forbidden costumes of this year. It's a Hawaiian maiden from a Disney movie, and if you're not a Hawaiian maiden, you're specifically forbidden from wearing it because that would be cultural appropriation.
I live on top of a fucking mountain. It's too goddamn cold to wear a leaf skirt and fucking suction cup bra. It's not happening.
To be fair, her top is actual cloth, so they didn't go with coconuts or anything like that.
It still sounds really cold, and I'm not interested in it, particularly for my groin. You know, I don't want to be flashing my testicles at small children while going, "You want some candy?" It's not going to go over well.
And that's why I'm worried about the dress. There's a bearded dude in a dress.
The dress is full length, like it's a gown.
But it's still a dude with a beard in a dress asking, "Hey kids, you want some candy?"
Well, on Halloween, that's supposedly legit, although I actually understand that men in drag is also verboten on Halloween because, you know, you're not actually a drag queen or trans, therefore...
No, I'm actually an elf, but I'm not dressing as a woman. I'm dressing as an elf, and all elves are women. So, I mean...
Elves aren't people!
Yeah, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Try and protest on behalf of the elves? I'll just cut off their heads and throw them in the goblin pit. Like what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Try and get some minotaurs and some dragons to swoop on by, maybe raise an orcish army? I don't fucking care. I'll wear what I want.
No. Social justice warriors exclusively use skeletons.
Oh man, I'm so good at beating off boners. Don't even worry about it.
Okay, well then, proceed, I suppose.
My vote's still for Harry Potter. Also, Stoner Logic suggested blackface.
But then nobody will be able to see me. That would be a shitty stream. You just see floating eyes in my teeth.
It'd be a terrifying stream. That's perfect.
That sounds like a pretty solid costume, actually.
Yeah.
I am the spoopiest spoop-a-doop-a-doop, spoop-boop. No.
Just embody eyes and teeth?
Yeah.
That's really classic. One of those primal nightmare images. Probably from ancient ancestors who got eaten by tigers and such.
Oh, yeah.
All you see is eyes and flashing teeth and you're dead.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of that whole sneaky stabbing somebody thing. It's you sneak until you're like 20 feet away from them, and then you scream while running right at them. So they at least have a moment to try and, defend themselves.
Or kiss themselves.
Yeah, either way, or beg, or cry, or offer money. Either way, I kill them and take their stuff, but I'd like to give them a chance to offer me a blowjob, which I was going to make them do anyways after they were dead. But, sometimes it works out. You get one while they're still alive, and you're like, hey, it's still warm, great.
Whole
and
new
you still have
word
standards.
Yeah, I have standards. That includes knocking out the teeth beforehand, just in case they try and get smart and bite.
Yeah, it's all logical.
Skullfuck.
Wait, I'm sorry. Am I giving your show really bad optics right now?
Oh yeah, like I'm worried about that. This is a barely controlled dumpster fire in the best of days. So
I was committed to making that pun tonight. It's okay. It's okay. There was nothing you could do to stop it.
It was a wonderful pun. I enjoy it. New topic. I did the last one.
Oh, I need to get. How do you guys get mail from people like fans and shit?
I do not. Do you?
Not yet. Not any. Well, people are trying to. But there's a little bit of a problem, a little tiny problem. And that's that every time the postman tries to come near the house, Battle Cat jumps out the fucking window and tries to rip his nuts off. And they get into some elaborate duel with fucking musicians strumming guitars outside the doors, and there's fucking lightning, and it's crazy. There's big fans blowing shit all over the place. It is ridiculous. And I can't get my fucking mail because they've got a hard-on for fighting. So I have to get a P.O. box, and I don't really... Like, I'm upset about this. You got to pay extra for PO boxes. What is it my fault if the postal guy can't get to my house because he can't beat up a cat? Is that my fault?
Is she doing it out of jealousy?
No, she just likes to fuck people up. I mean, that's actually why I allow her to stick around. That, and she hasn't tried to bring me dead things. That's a really good sign. Because cats that bring you dead things, I still think that she's a druid. But if she's a cat, and a cat brings you a dead thing, it's because you're a terrible hunter. And this battle cat has never brought me anything aside from adorable mews and like the attempt to crawl into my lap all the fucking time.
Yeah, we've seen her on camera, just like, there's you, and then all of a sudden just battle cat's butt.
Yeah. She'll just be like, guess what? It's peanut butter jelly time. I'm shaking like a Polaroid picture, and you all gotta watch. It's very sassy. Very sassy black and orange cat who don't need no man.
Yeah, I don't get mail. I just get dick pics. Sometimes it's literally a picture of a guitar pick that has the word dick written across it.
I was thinking about getting my friend one of those for his anniversary this year.
Literal dick pic.
Yeah.
That is the
They're great. Wait, people are sending you pictures of penises?
Well, mostly just guitar pics because they think it's a funny joke. And I've had enough now. That and the period blood. Can y'all please stop sending me that stuff? I'm not doing that segment anymore. I'm not going to be looking at any more feminist period blood art. Please, no more.
So usually I just send people pictures of myself in another costume, which goes by the name of Richard Johnsonson, or Dick for short. And it just says hashtag Dick on it. And every time somebody says, send me your dick pic, I send them a picture of myself in my guise of Richard. And I go, hey, this is Dick. Meet him. He is nice. And it's great. But you should collect all the penis pictures you get sent. And every time somebody sends you a dick pic, be it a real dick or a dick pic, send them back another dick pic.
Mm-hmm.
Play the rotation game.
There's actually some SJW feminist chick that had a pretty clever idea of what to do with all her dating profile dick pics. She gathered them all together and made a collage of a giant dick.
That's actually kind of fantastic.
Yeah, I'm just
like,
okay.
Dick.
It is. It was a dick of dicks, and I'm just like, that's brilliant.
The
I'm sorry.
DM dick.
Yep.
Wow.
I gotta bow to that one. That's pretty fucking brilliant.
Bow to the duper dick.
Very creative.
Oh, fall to your knees before it's mine.
Oh, she keeps building to it, you know. Go for a Guinness record. Or maintain it at this point. I don't think that one's in the book yet.
Other competing giant dick pic. But I actually do have to get a PO box. I was serious about that. That is annoying.
I would.
But now I want to have a giant collage of penis, made it of pictures of my penis. I'm really kind of jealous.
You just gotta do it in different angles so you can get different shadow and therefore.
Well, yeah, and like different lighting effects, and
Yep.
I can like trim a little heart in there sometimes, or like a little target, or a little thing that says 9/11 was an inside job. I don't know. There's lots of options, but it'd be a lot of fun.
Oh, why only 9/11? We now
Trump
have
had nothing to
two
do with Russia.
reasons.
Kofefe. I don't know. I don't meme. So
The
Kofefe, that's good.
conspiracies are real.
the actual meaning of kofefe is a secret word for dick.
That sucks.
I tried. Whatever. I generally suck.
I wish I could say I was amazed at their inability to understand a misspelled version of coverage. After all this time, I think there are some people who seriously don't understand what he was going for there.
I didn't, but I didn't care. I'm a terrible person.
Yeah, I kind of moved on from it. But, yeah, that kind of makes sense. I just don't know why I didn't erase it. That's my only question. I also don't know why Twitter doesn't have an edit button.
Yes.
Because lol.
Because Twitter hates us all. Secretly.
Yes. It makes a
I
lot
wouldn't
of
be
money out of us
surprised.
pissing each other off by not having an edit option.
I wouldn't be surprised if they have an edit function, but they just keep it for the real, big movers and shakers. Maybe some of the blue check marks get a secret edit feature that they're just sworn to secrecy about. I could have sworn I've seen Assange edit some of his posts, or maybe just has a hacker doing it for him.
The conspiracy of the blue checkmark.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Join
I
the
would also
Illuminati. Get a Twitter edit button.
But I mean, there's a couple of, like, shitlords that have a blue check mark. I'm pretty sure they would have said something. And if they didn't, they're being dicks.
Agreed.
Come on, share.
This is your time to come clear, folks. If any of you has a check mark and you've got an edit button, cough it up.
Let us know. Let us know. You can't all be on the secret.
Why not?
Paul Joseph Watson has a fucking blue check mark.
So what?
He can't keep his mouth shut about anything.
That's because he's using smoke and mirrors to distract you from the real evil out there. The true evil overlords of the universe. Sorry, I shouldn't be talking about them right now. This stream might get shut down if I start talking about that shit. I'm sorry.
Do it!
No, you don't want it. I don't think you want this plague to start hitting you. It's as soon as you start trying to talk about the truth and really get the information out there, they will start covering your video with videos of kittens. And every word that you try and get out of your mouth will be erased by the image of kittens. And before you know it, well,
you're a kitten.
Kitten plague.
Kittens everywhere. Kittens fucking everywhere.
No, there's a surefire way to make somebody hate cats.
Have enough of them.
Huh?
I'm sorry. Surefire when people hate cats. Have too many of them.
Yeah. But that's what always happens. It's like whenever you let in a female cat, unless they're like, old cat, they're usually like pregnant. Because they're fucking always pregnant. Feral cats. A place I used to live had a real bad feral cat problem, and like that they're literally always pregnant. It's fucking stupid. I didn't realize that they procreate that fast. That was a dumb.
Oh yes, the evil overlords will very quickly take over everything if you're not careful. They spread rapidly throughout human societies, and before you know it, they're just...
Oh.
This was inevitable. Rest in peace, Barbarian. He should have known this would happen. He's got an agent provocateur in his house.
Battle Cat, she sold him out. That fucking pussy. What a horrible cat.
And that's why you can't trust any of them. And before you know it, everything will change. It's dangerous. Don't allow yourself to be caught in the trap. Okay? Be clear on this. It's very important that you just follow all of my instructions right there.
People are discussing Kopeffi still, if I'm not mistaken. I still find that funny, because here's the reason he didn't delete it. Because he knew that if he left it there, the media would basically piss its pants over it. And they did.
Yes, and it was pretty funny. It's still funny.
I don't understand how you're still talking about this and not about the evil occult that is trying to control the world by getting inside of your mind and changing your...
Because we've learned from you, Barbarian, and we don't want that happening to us.
we got it.
We're joining the cat cult.
The kitty cult.
We're going down the right side of history right quick. There's no fighting that. We'll just yield now, save everyone a lot of stress.
You have to be careful. If you're not careful, they're going to come for you. And if they get you, they will take your family.
That last one, the kitten was that was probably dead. They're just pumping the blood out through the jugular veins.
Yeah, the cat, the person's dead. The cat's just, yeah. Either mourning or needing them to prepare.
Lock your doors, seal your windows, and most of all, make sure that you do not tell anyone what's happening in...
Yeah, we're just gonna end up with... Yeah, we're all fucked. We're all gonna be overrun by cats who are possibly shapeshifting. Asian provocateur cats. I don't know. Arkader, what's the next subject? What else you got, dude?
Okay, well, I'm still personally kind of hung up on the whole Sesame program in China.
Sure, tell me more about that. Until
Okay,
Beardbarian comes back from the cat censorship.
when he gets out of the feline gulag.
Yes.
Could be a while. No, apparently China has released a new program, the Sesame Point program, where all of their citizens can, right now, enroll, it'll be mandatory by 2020, uh, have their value as a human being assigned a number based upon how truthful they are, how many hours a day they play video games, as rated by their peers for the most part. And you better behave, because if your friends do things that the government frowns upon, like say anything bad about the government, then your score goes down too. If that wasn't charming enough, not only is this becoming mandatory and, well, let's see, I lost my train of thought. Damn it, it's too early. But yes, it's they've got Alibaba in it, and basically, if you've been buying cheap Chinese crap, this is what the Chinese government has been spending on. This isn't a moral judgment, by the way. I've ordered a few things myself, but it's a bit disappointing, especially if it actually works. But imagine if instead of people getting more outrages on Twitter, they your Twitter handle was directly connected to your life, and every downvote made your life a little bit worse. From your dating profile being buried underneath higher-ranking citizens, to your internet being slowed down, to, well, I don't know, I suppose at some point they actually increased the amount goods cost you personally.
Jeez.
That's okay. You just have to learn to accept it. It's all part of life. It's okay. Just go on like normal. It's nothing.
I actually heard about this. I also heard that don't you get your rating bumped up if you actually rat out your friends and family that are being
Oh, no.
disloyal?
Yes, yes, you do. And I assume it must really bump up your score, because otherwise, if someone reports one of your friends and family, then your score will go down as well for being related to them.
No.
So your friends and family can all hold you personally accountable for taking their scores. So think carefully before what you say anything about the Chinese government.
I see that the Chinese government is keeping the best parts of communism.
Yes, it would seem they are. All the more terrifying things.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you're talking about the Oh, yes, okay, we can talk about that. I won't get beat up for that. That's fine. Okay, I'm back then. Yes, there are terrifying things happening over there, of course.
Yeah. But
by 2020, every citizen will have a Sesame score.
Jesus, they're gonna score you on how loyal you are to the Communist Party. It barely represents the Communist Party anymore. But yeah, like I said, they keep the parts that could keep people in line, because them's the best bits. Surprise.
Well, if you're going to enslave people, yeah, pretty much. They've got that figured out. I definitely give them props for that.
The best bits when it comes to controlling the populace. My bad. Sorry, Logical. Because that's the one thing that communism's real good at, is making people do what the fuck they want to do.
That's great. Wait, communism has best things? Yeah, like kill counts. It's impressive.
Everything has best things. Whether or not they're good for everybody else is another story.
Yeah, spreading otherwise is just binary thought, and it won't serve you well in the long run.
It's also really good at population control.
Yes, Commander AMB. I am now being watched very closely by the cat overlords. There's one sitting on top of me right now, ensuring that I comply, lest I get beaten again.
Battlecat doubles as a probation officer.
Apparently. Maybe this is why the postman isn't allowed. They were trying to deliver supplies to counter the plan. Sorry, I won't say anything. Sorry.
The non-mentionable plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be censored by cats again. Yeah, like, more of a dog person. Dogs live side by side in solidarity with humanity. So
Oh,
I'm a big
Stoner
fan of
Logic
them.
is having a problem reading the chat messages after changing your colors. You must press F5 and refresh. The text just hasn't caught up and changed color, motherfucker.
Yeah, refresh the page. Should fix it.
I'm not getting mind controlled by a cat either, Commander A and B. Its claws are just very near my testicles. Not
It's not
mind
straight up
controlled.
force, it's just a chilling effect.
Yeah, it's just testicular suggestion.
Nice.
It's heavily implied that it's best that I do what is implied, which is nothing. It's a dick. That's oh dear fuck. So I guess I have another fun topic here.
Go for it.
Fantastic.
Did you guys hear about the super collaboration thing that Sinatra Says put together?
Yeah, I actually ended up watching it. I didn't know he was putting that together.
He just
Alright.
sent a handful of people a message and was like, "Hey, I'm doing this thing," and he left this really vague description. And I was the first person to get back to him with a video. And I'm so happy that it appeared in his thing and that it went over as well as it did. And it went over better than I expected because Tim Blake saw the video and he did a response to it. And he actually went ahead and took my full snippet out and featured the entire thing in his video, like real early on, being all like, look at this, who is this crazy motherfucker? And I got so excited about this that I had to go out and kill a shitload of elves. And downside of this is that one of them got me real good in the hip with a mace, and I've been kind of walking with a limp for a couple days. But that after this, I got to speak to Tim one-on-one because I was too injured to leave, and his cat was quite injured, and he needed to deal with it as well. So we ended up getting to talk face to face, as it were, and it was fantastic because we got to discuss how he had that I was just wearing a loincloth. Like, he watched the video, and then when he recorded his and he went to describe me, all he could think of when he was thinking of me was not me fully dressed in my armor and everything in the woods. All he could picture was me in just a loincloth.
Oh,
A loincloth. Now this tells me a lot about Tim, and so in honor of Tim, I am beginning construction of the mighty Blake cloth, which shall hang betwixt my legs and cover my genitals, because I know Tim has my genitals covered. I appreciate it very much.
So you're going to screen print his face on it?
No, that would just be incredibly awkward. I'm just naming it after him. I don't actually want his
Yeah.
face
Don't go
bouncing
too
on my
far.
crotch. That's a little bit inappropriate. That's not an homage. That's a homo-age. Yeah, I went there. Suck my dad jokes.
we love your dad jokes.
I'm good. Somebody, glad, I guess. Good. I'm good. I'm not good. I'm glad somebody has to like them.
Agreed. I'm not
Leave me
touch
alone. I'm
them,
intoxicated.
I'm not really social enough or well-liked enough to get updates on these sort of things. If I might ask, what was the topic of the super collaboration?
Oh, there was
I
actually had no investment or understanding in the subject whatsoever. I was actually amused that I was brought into the thing at all. It was something about the Brain Trust releasing a thing about not trusting anti-SJWs and them being more reactionary towards anti-SJWs and more hateful towards them than towards Nazis and such. And so all that I saw was that when I read it was, hey, somebody hates me? Oh my God, they must be really scared. And so I went ahead and did a video rejoicing how they were terrified of me, and that was just that. It was that's what happens when you send me vague descriptions. I need a 30-second reaction to this single, like 2 lines worth of information. Okay, I'm gonna go dance around with a cell phone in the woods and sing.
That is fantastic. I wish I'd had a chance. Last major collaboration I was part of was Magog's response to the welcome to YouTube. Susan, I can never say her last name correctly.
Wojcinski.
Wojcinski. Thank you. That sounds about right. Close enough, anyway. Magog put together that collab response, and that's the last thing I took part in, other than one other incident which no one really wants to hear about.
Oh shit, here's a good question. This is a great question from Logical Lion. This is fun. I can't help myself. I gotta answer this. Beardy, what is your take on Red Pill Black? Would not smash because she would tell everyone about it afterwards.
Oh God.
But that's about it.
If you were good at
I mean,
it,
what
wouldn't
she's
that be
doing is
explosive?
insane, but that's different from who she is. Who she is would not put my dick in that. Little bit too nuts for me.
Nope.
Hmm.
Yeah. Nope. Nope. That's a nope with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Yep.
It is good topic, though. They were awfully bold. No one will see through my plan. Who among these anti-SJWs will remember I put up that doxing website?
I even come up with better battle plans than that. I'm a fucking idiot.
I mean, it's not like it's not like what skeptics do isn't literally sit on the internet and research shit all day. Nah, they're never gonna notice.
Oh,
Nah.
Fuck.
Well,
they really
easily
have to be
fooled
paying attention.
by emotional responses.
Dude. And she's like, oh, I woke up a conservative. I'm just like, never trust anybody who flips their worldview that quickly.
No.
180 is not normal. You're hiding something. You either were hiding something or are now hiding something. I'm gonna go with now hiding something.
Yep.
I heard that the site is down. I haven't actually tried to go there. So
The site is not active, but the collection of information is still available.
ugh. What a fucking-
Logical Line says, "What about in an eyes wide shut scenario? Would you hit it then?" I don't know what that means. I don't know what eyes
I
wide
think it
shut
involves
is.
masks.
James Bond.
Well, let me put it to you this way. This is my So Fain told me this quote, and I have loved it since. In the dark, we are all God's children. And that about covers that. I'll just put it there. I mean, as long as she can't identify me and tell I mean, she's gonna be able to. She's gonna smell me. But I mean, that's why. But hypothetically, if there was no knowledge to be gained, Battle Cat quit climbing on the keyboard. If there was no way that there would be a story about it and possible photographs on the internet from an unflattering angle the following morning, yeah, I'd hit it and quit it. I would pull a James Brown like a sex machine.
I wouldn't,
moving it, doing it.
I wouldn't, and my dick is detachable. So, yeah, seriously, it exists in a toolbox under the bed.
It gets in the way sometimes. When I'm like running, man, balls get in the way when running. I would love detachable genitals. I mean, I could detach them. It would just be really painful. And I do not want to do that.
Yeah, mine doesn't have
getting them
balls
off
either.
is still the easy part. Reattaching them, I think, takes a lot of work. The
Back after
very
a couple
delicate
weeks, but
veins,
it's not pleasant.
and nerve damage. It's a bloody mess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, mine's gathering dust because I haven't had a girlfriend in a while. So, boo.
Well, the good news is you can go out and pick pretty much any male outside, I bet, because they're pretty much all women anyways.
I live in Chicago, don't even get me started. I've had the sir ma'am problem. Have you ever had the sir ma'am problem? Where you go, it's just like, excuse me, ma'am, can I help you? And you're still not 100% sure you got that right?
I bypass that with a really easy principle. I go, hey you, or yo, or oi, or hey bitch. Like eventually I get the reaction. And then I go, yeah, you. And that's about all I had. Like I don't need to specify after that. It's you thing or I need this thing, and that's it. That's like the end of the interaction.
Is this usually in interactions where I need the person to not be punching me in the face by the end of it?
Well, they won't be punching you in the face at the end of it if you knock them down first. I mean, you break the wrist. If you disable the hand, push the button.
So, I guess another way of doing this would just be to kick them in the crotch as hard as I can, and if they go down, then I have my answer.
Throat punch. Go for the throat punch. Listen to them gasp away their final breaths.
Eyes, throat, genitals.
Am I a rug muncher? I enjoy a little of the taco and a little of the sausage, James. I do not discriminate against. I don't care. Okay, life's too fucking short. Seriously, life is too fucking short to pick. I don't want to pick.
I do. I'm very picky. I pick that one, and that one, and that one, and that one, and that one in about 30 minutes. If you could come back with like a tray full of water and maybe some like snacks, that would be great, but then you can jump into and bring her with you. Yes, that is how I'm picky.
Some Gatorade or other sport drink to rehydrate.
Oh no, I prefer just going with water and then salty snacks. Like beef jerky.
Fuck, I love beef jerky. that was
Everybody loves beef jerky.
Yes. Especially teriyaki.
Even vegans.
Yes. Yeah. They actually have vegan beef jerky. It's actually good. I was amazed. I'm just like, this is going to be garbage. Nope. Decent. Not amazing, but decent.
Intrigued but skeptical.
It was teriyaki flavor, so the general rule is anything that has either teriyaki or ranch on it is immediately going to be better.
Okay, I have to quote logical line here. This just made my fucking night. He says, I like to wait until she's about to put it in her mouth. Then I jam it in and yell, throat punch! I just pictured him with, like bent over a little bit, like in a crouch position, and she's getting ready, and he just full reverses into a massive pelvic thrust, knocking this woman off of her knees, up into the air, wind, as his cock slams into the back of a windpipe and knocks her fucking unconscious and just screams, cock punch! It could be animated and put together for a Michael Bay film. That would be great. Explosions and everything.
Oh, I just hope she doesn't have braces.
Someone meme now. That does deserve meme.
James von Maxwell says they can make soy protein and such into meat-like substances. Yes, they can, but soy is terrible for the human body, and I make a habit of teasing every single dude that I meet that lives on a soy-rich diet. I mock them incessantly for the torture that they put their endocrinological system, their fucking hormones into, by eating that garbage and what it does to their emotional states. And then I taunt them and I poke their puffy nipples and ask them about when they're going to go get their first fucking sports bra and then try to see what's going to go on from there. I don't like soy and what it does to the body.
I'm allergic.
It's a fucking dangerous thing.
I am allergic, and also the seitan, not soy. Logical's a vegan, by the way. So, I think
welcome to it, as long as they don't take a holier-than-thou stance on the issue. That gets old so very quickly.
Only a little.
Meat is murder.
No, not that one. No. That's not the stance he takes. He doesn't give a crap if animals die. I eat beef because I wear leather. Simple as.
I eat meat because I would die if I didn't.
Ditto. I've tried.
I eat meat because I'm proud to be an omnivore. I think that's a really wonderful evolutionary adaptation we've put together over the years, and I believe it needs to be honored with use.
Yeah. Eating meat gave us our big brains. I don't see any reason to stop eating it.
And I really don't understand the moral argument about not eating meat because it's murder. Animals murder each other all the time. At least in factories, sufficient, or should be.
I don't like the factory farm. I'm not going to get into factory farms right now. Who's got a better subject? I got a list of random shit that pisses me off. None of it's like real heavy. Like dentists, who I'm sure they're all like almost all of them are on some level. I know. I'm sure on some of them are all on all level sadists. I just went to mine and he refuses to put me under for a thing that I need, even though I keep telling him that unless you want to be punched in the face, you're gonna want to knock me out.
Well, I gotta say, even though dentists could be a little bit of sadists, they can also be fucking lifesavers. I recently had a broken tooth suddenly turn into an infection so bad that it took over the entire left-hand side of my face and left it going numb. And the dentist locally here went ahead and just on the intake, like I'd been on antibiotics for all of 2 days at that point in time. I went to see him for the intake just to set up this appointment. He said, fuck it, we're sitting here right now. Let's just do it right fucking now.
Sweet.
And ripped that shit out of my face and only charged me what I had on me that I could afford. Like he was just like, let's make this we'll just do this. What have you got so far for your fucking costs? Like, here we go, let's do this. And we did it. It was no problem. It was fucking amazing. And so I've got $200 to spend on fucking candy so that I can give every local child cavities and send them to that fucking dentist. And Logical Lion asks, why didn't I go to the dentist sooner? Because outside of doing the YouTube stuff right now, I've been homeless for the greater part of the last 14 years, man. Like I did. This is the first time I've had the chance to, mate. I'm getting off my fucking shit again. But yes, it was fucking terrible. Just suddenly burst into craziness, and I got it dealt with, though.
Mm-hmm.
No. Props to that dentist, and I like your plan to send him more business.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm going to send him all the local kids.
Yeah, just hand out his business card along with the candy, and be generous.
Basically. Well, he's one of 2 dentists in town, so I think he'll be fine.
I don't think he needs your help.
Yeah, I'm just going to send him extra patients.
I've had bad experiences. Like last time I still have wisdom teeth I need to get removed. And last time I went there, well, he wasn't able to pull it out all at once. So I spent an entire hour as it was cut into smaller and smaller pieces and ripped out piece by piece.
That's the thing they don't want to knock me out for.
That's what they had to do for my face, was break that one into fucking tiny pieces. That was crazy. It was an hour straight of work. I was shocked.
Exactly the same, only you were in worse shape to start with.
Mm-hmm. Mine is just, they took out 3 of mine when I was younger, but they left the last one in because it wasn't causing problems. Well, now it shifted, and now it's causing fucking problems, and I don't know why they just didn't take all 4. But they're just like, oh yeah, we can take it out, but we are going to leave you awake because we don't want to put you under. And it's like, I'm a 30-year-old woman. There's very little chance that something's going to fucking happen. And if you try to crack my jaw open while I'm awake, I guarantee you're going to get punched in the mouth. Because, yeah, they got to break my jaw to get it open, to get it out.
Well, in our cases, they couldn't have done them all at once just because they need to take a lunch break.
Right? I think somebody took a lunch break and fucking forgot is what I think happened the first time, because it was supposed to be all 4. And they're like, oh no, you have 1 in there. Who the I don't know. I was like, no, yeah, they only took 3. So, what? I thought I was done with this shit.
I still have to go back for the other 3 eventually, but, fortunately I'm confined here, so I've got a good excuse to avoid it for a while.
Confined?
House arrest. He was out banging too many hookers and he broke all of them, and he had to be put away on behalf of the Workers' Compensation Board to make sure that he wouldn't be a hazard to any more hardworking ladies.
That's a much better story. We'll go with that.
Yeah!
It might be, but what was the original story?
Oh, I really don't like to get into it. Just, suspended. Ethics thing, nothing major. No one died. In fact,
I'm disappointed.
That's disappointing.
Well, we try to take that thing seriously. And mind you, I'm not really complaining too much because ethics are important and are sorely undervalued in the modern age, but it is starting to get a bit old. Also cool.
You should consider the Beardbarian Code of Honor. Are you familiar with the Beardbarian Code of Honor?
No, I'm not. Please enlighten me.
All right, everybody in the chat, I want you to listen to this closely as well. This is the most important code of honor you will ever hear in your lifetime. Listen and learn. Get honor and stay honor. Get it?
Yup.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's the entire thing. There you go. Go with that one. It's way easier.
I can see that, but how did you extrapolate that into avoiding stealth kills in favor of, giving out a shout and then just hitting first?
Because it's more fun.
I can see how stealth kills could be very satisfying, though.
If you're not,
Okay.
okay, if you're afraid of dying, yeah, sneaking around and putting a knife in somebody, fine. But if no matter how much they chop you into pieces, you're still inevitably going to get up and murder their entire family, you might as well give them a fighting chance for shits and giggles. Like I know you have to be afraid of someone hacking your arm off, but if someone hacks my arm off, I can pick it up with the other one and use it to beat somebody else to death. Like it's just too much fun.
Could literally beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
Yeah, which I do when I've got both my hands at the time. I mean, if I've just got one, it's kind of difficult.
Well, no, you chop the arm off and then you pick the arm up and beat them with it. You just said this, Beardy.
No, that's beating a motherfucker with my bloody stump. Beating a motherfucker with another motherfucker means picking up one motherfucker, their entire body, and using it as the blunt instrument with which you beat another man to death. Not just part of them. You gotta pick them up. That's what I like gnomes and hobbits and dwarves for. You can just grab them by the ankles and swing them like a fucking club.
I don't know about that. Dwarves are pretty heavy.
Yeah, and I like to bone them. Once you get used to stacking and lifting dwarves, it ain't no thing, man.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's any rule that says it has to be an entire motherfucker. I think you could just cut off somebody's leg and beat his buddy to death with it.
Does the leg fuck mothers? This is an important question.
But it's part of a mother, but it is part of someone who fucks mothers.
Exactly. So it would be beating a motherfucker with a part of a motherfucker. I need to beat a motherfucker with a whole nother motherfucker. The motherfucker. I want one motherfucker to smash another motherfucker into full obliteration, so the two of them are laying dead simultaneously in a pile of each other's goo. That is beating a motherfucker with another motherfucker. Not just, you can't just beat them with part of it. I mean, you can beat a motherfucker to death with a motherfucker's dick. You can beat a motherfucker to death with a motherfucker's leg. But if you're gonna beat a motherfucker to death with another motherfucker, you gotta take the whole motherfucker.
Yeah, that. I don't know. I guess I just like went to go for shock value.
Oh, me too. It's really funny when their head hits the pavement because you miss and it splatters everywhere and you just keep swinging.
I just ripped your buddy's leg off and now I'm gonna beat you to death with him.
Yeah.
There's like blood squirting everywhere.
The occasional rogue clone.
What?
Oh, right, the suspension. It was all having to do with a rogue clone. We didn't make it. It was made. I still don't know how they got my DNA, and the entire idea was to use it to track down where the Arcanolab's facilities were. Unfortunately, they weren't very good at it, and said clone in question, Wondery Tekra, was barking batshit insane. So basically, ranted insanely and led them on a wild goose chase. Eventually, we got our hands on it, and him, I suppose, now anyway. Tried to reform him, it didn't go very well. They actually stuck a explosive in his sinus cavity, but because they are amateur hacks, it didn't even go off. I might have made a unilateral call to have his brain effectively reformatted, and even though he's so much better off now, the ethics board found some issue with it, something about reprogramming a sentient being, and I've been dealing with the fallout ever since.
Your problem was that you forgot the most basic form of human reprogramming. You hit him over the head with a big rock, and then he forgets who he is. And then you tell him he's somebody else, and send him on his way, and when he remembers that he's not that person, you hit him with the rock again.
Honestly, I did contemplate that several times. Our methods are a bit more subtle and effective, but the rock was really tempting. Tekra was goddamn irritating.
It's way more fun.
Well, if you've ever dealt with someone who has had a lobotomy, for example, they have trouble regulating their voice. And there's only so much high-pitched screaming in the course of a conversation that one can tolerate before rocks and their application to the conversation become really tempting.
Or just really any blunt object on hand, I guess, at that point.
Basically. I refrained from that, and said individual is now as mentally stable as I am, so I really don't think there's that much of a problem. But Nevertheless, it's important to recognize ethics and abide by the finding of one's own ethics board, because again, if you don't take it seriously, how can you expect your hench people to?
Hmm.
If you kill them when they step in a line, they'll stop getting out of line. Stalin had a really good technique. He would have the first person to stop clapping after he walked into a room arrested and thrown away. That is how you keep your minions loyal while not giving a fuck about them.
I respect the practical efficiency of your methods, but I fear they're not.
Oh, they're not my methods.
applicable.
They're Stalin's methods. I'm applauding him. I can't take any credit for that shit. That was all Stalin. I mean, well done.
I'm pretty sure the ethics review board would really piss their pants over that one.
Yeah.
Why not? Stalin totally did nothing wrong. I mean, that's what those Antifa kids are saying, right?
Oh yes, I've seen the really edgy picture with a monument.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. I hope it's just a giant mustache. He did have a great mustache.
That is true.
It's a rocket
One cannot
mustache.
besmirch Stalin's mustache. Everything else about him was terrible, but the mustache was solid.
Just his mustache, just a picture of Stalin's mustache, that part of his face with the plaque underneath it.
I'm just glad I led you two to say nice things about Stalin, even though it was just his mustache. That I feel like I should win a prize for today. I know it wasn't actually like praise Stalin conversation, but I feel like I've done some evil for the day. I feel like a good villain.
The credit goes to the mustache. You have to understand. Keep in mind, Hitler had a mustache, but it
was an inferior mustache.
It was inferior. It was very mild. It died with him.
Yep.
But Stalin's mustache lives on.
Fucking, what do they call it? A postage stamp? Hitler made Charlie Chaplin look so bad.
Yes.
Poor Charlie Chaplin.
Charlie Chaplin did not deserve that.
No, he didn't. He was a bit of a womanizer, but I mean, extremely talented man. Didn't deserve to get smeared by Hitler stealing his frickin' mustache.
No.
Hitler totally stole his look. Poor guy.
Speaking of Hitler, there's a song that I really like that's kind of about Hitler. It's by a band called Pig with the Face of a Boy. And amazing songs, but that one is called Please Don't Tread on My Cheeseburger. And it's also captioned Hitler's favorite song. And it's a funny song about a Venus flytrap sung by a weird German child. And it is very strange and it's a funny song. But they also did one that's called The Complete History of the Soviet Union from the Eyes of a Humble Street Worker to the theme of Tetris. And it completely covers start to finish the entire rise and collapse of the Soviet Union from the perspective of the people in a really neat way. It's fucking amazing. And yes, indeed, logical line, Pig with the Face of a Boy. It's fantastic. It's two weird guys.
But feminists with the face of pig is just feminists. Again, wouldn't touch him with my dick.
Sounds like a terrible band.
No, they're fantastic. It's a couple of weird guys.
Feminists with the face of the pig.
Oh, that would just be the regular game. Logical Line says appropriate Tetris was developed by a Russian. Yes, it was. That's part of the song too. It does in fact cover the space race. And there's a wonderful scene where there's a television screen showing Tetris, the end of it, where the rocket takes off and it transitions into the Russian rocket launching. And just this wonderful piece. It's fucking brilliant. It is an amazingly shot video. The song is brilliant. And it's very informative, very well put together on all levels. It's one that I wish more people would watch because it's both entertaining and educational. It's fantastic.
James Von Maxwell saying I'm a hater and that there's maybe one hot feminist. I'm like, yeah, well, there's an exception to every rule. So probably find her though, and the minute she opens her mouth, and it's just like, no, go away, shut up, please, just go away.
There's always going to be a hot somewhere in there because you have the triangle, right? It's the emotionally stable, attractive, and intelligent. And you can only pick two. So there's bound to be hot feminists because none of them are emotionally stable.
True. Yeah, but it doesn't help when they're bug fuck crazy.
Some of them miss all three, and that's the scary part.
All right, we're coming up on an hour, guys. So.
Yeah, I gotta go pound my wife.
All right. Yeah, fair enough. I'm gonna go see if I
I've
can find
ever
a girl.
heard.
What?
As solid excuse as any I've ever heard.
Yep. Yeah, I can't argue with that. I'm not gonna
You
get in
said
the
it
way
was
of
an
the wife
excuse.
pounding.
That's the happy itinerary. I'm not complaining about shit.
All right. Well,
Wise man.
let's start with the director this time. You wanna say something?
Oh, very well. Beware total automation. Thorium reactors are promising nuclear technology. Oh yes, and maybe if people are wondering who the hell I am, channel, YouTube, alias Arcater, just type in Arcater. There are a few Asian dancing women that come up when you search for that. I don't know why. And apparently one mistyped advertising software ad, but you'll find me there soon enough.
Beardy.
Alrighty, so before I go beat my wife with a stick, I make comedy skits. Most of you that I see in the chat have an idea of the stuff that I do. Anyhow, I hope you go check it out.
Yeah.
Lots of slapsticky, humory stuff. No actual political content. I'm just a jackass. And be sure, whatever you do, to go ahead and check out a video that I made in particular called "Exposing the Overlords." It's a very important one in which I go ahead and I outline all the things that go ahead and will lead you towards your inevitable destruction at the hands of the...
No.
Yep.
And dawns on me that I probably should have said what my videos were about. I just complain about things and evaluate SCP files often enough.
Nice. Well, you guys are already on my channel since the Beardbarian's been interrupted by cats again. I'm Thorn Inside. I actually have something really special planned for Sunday, and it's gonna herald in a lot of changes with my channel. So definitely catch Bad Optics on Sunday at noon. I am having Sir Wolfie on and a few other folks, including Red and Only, who I know I saw in the chat at one point.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. Dude, I have a real special guest. You all should come meet her. Yeah, this has been Bad Optics. I don't actually have an outro for this shit yet, so, bye.